This is the Samsung 870 SSD. This is the SATA. You could also have an M.2. Doesn't matter which one you got though. If you have an early 2021 one, or actually regardless, I would test yours because they've had problems. It's kind of silly that a small drive like this can hold 1 terabyte, right? Because the older ones, well, they're pretty big. Now this one has a build date of 2022 at the 10th month, which is way better. So mine failed. And the reason why I knew it failed is, well, simple. I was playing video games. I was playing Mass Effect. And that's one of my favorite games. I was playing the Omega DLC. And at one point, I tried to get into Afterlife, and it wouldn't let me. So, tried multiple times. I also tried to verify the files in Steam. None of it would work. I also tried Reddit, and they said, maybe reinstall the game. And I'm like, well, that's 110 gigs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just move everything to my C drive, because maybe it's just because it's not the main drive that it's acting up that way. And while I was copying, I ended up with read-write errors. Actually, read error. And I'm like, okay, well, I can't read from the source, so what's the problem there? Is the SSD broken? So I ended up installing it on my main drive, tried it out, and lo and behold, the game worked. And I could actually get in Afterlife, and all the footage that you've seen is from the point after getting into Afterlife. So, very nice. But it also meant that my SSD was definitely having issues. So I checked Google, and there's a bunch of threads there, and one of them said like the 2 terabyte and the 4 terabyte versions had problems. Then some people said that 1 terabyte version had problems, which is the one I got. And it doesn't matter, M.2 or SATA, you're gonna have an issue if you have one of those earlier build dates. So I did what they suggested. Download Samsung Magician and did a bunch of tests. Conclusion, well, had a bunch of red blocks that indicated that, well, I had bad sectors on that SSD, so it is in fact broken. So what did I lose? Not much, because the main stuff that is on that particular SSD was games and some footage. And the funny thing was that I reviewed a car, didn't edit the footage for a year, ended up editing it inside of a week, and a week afterwards, files on that review corrupted. So I couldn't move any of that stuff to my desktop main storage, which is just a regular old spinny boy. And, well, kind of pissed, but on the other hand, it could have been way worse. So Samsung Magician actually shows you how much terabyte you've written to an SSD, and my main one is an 860 Pro, and it hasn't missed a beat. I haven't tested it though, so it could, but you know what? If it works fine, I haven't encountered any issues. There's no reason to waste time trying to test an SSD, at least that is my opinion. However, this one that I just got, the RM8 one, which should be brand new, you best believe that I'm going to be testing it right away, because trust in this particular line is not really there anymore, which is kind of unfortunate, because you want to trust your storage solutions at least for the initial years. Now, the reason why I make this video is because most of these, I think all of them, are still under warranty, so just test yours, make sure that it's good. If it's good, no problem, but if you're having issues, you can send it in and they'll send you back a new one. Mine failed around, was it 5 or 4 terabytes written, and that's just like 6 times that drive. Whereas my 860 Pro has written multitudes of that without any type of issue. So in the future, I think I'm going to stick to the Pros. The only reason I went with the EVO was because of the price, but it's been not a good experience. So I'd rather spend a little bit more for a more robust storing solution. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, this information. If you have one of these drives, again, just test it. Doesn't take much time depending on the size. For me, it was just an hour or so, and you get the results. And if it's good, great. If it's not, send it in. You get back a new one, and just keep an eye on it, because losing data, no matter how insignificant, not a good deal. So with that being said, if you found this video informative, please hit me up with the like button. If you have anything to add, like your personal experiences with this particular line of SSDs, please leave me a comment. It would be great to see. And as always, hashtag game for the sake of gaming, and I will see you guys on the flip side. Oh, and please hit that subscribe button as well. Trying to get to 1,000 now. Be cool if we can get there. Take care. What's the build date on this one? Please don't be fucking 2022-10. Boy, it's a brand new one.